So these are my second round predictions for the PDC Championship Finals. Wow, what a tournament we've had already. We've seen some upsets already in the first round. Three former world champions going out in Darren Price, Peter White and Mike Van Duren. Peter White is probably not the surprising one, but Darren Price and Mike Van Duren definitely are the surprising ones. James Wade done out as well. Stephen Bunting has done out early as well. So let's get straight into the second round. Starting off then with Nathan Aspinall and Neil Sonnenfeld. Nathan Aspinall wasn't vintage Aspinall than Chris Dobie, but Nathan Aspinall is slowly getting back to the Aspinall we know. Neil Sonnenfeld did win for him, then Swim more Connor, but I do fancy Nathan Aspinall win this game 6-3 than Neil Sonnenfeld. It is still first 6 yards in the second round. Up next then, the World 1-3 champion Mike Dedeker against the taunter of Mike Van Duren in Ian White. Ian White, who played the darts that he did a decade ago against Mike Van Duren, I was an over 100. Well deserved win for Ian White, don't get me wrong, but it is a stinter of a defeat for Van Duren, who everyone thought had one of the easiest first round ties, and Ian White turns him over. But the problem is, I have with Ian White, he's now knocked out a big player, like a top elite player in Van Duren. And you know what happens to these players when they do that? They tend to get knocked down in the next round. And I do fancy Mike Dedeker to knock Ian White out, in my opinion. So I'm going to go for Mike Dedeker to win 6-2 against Ian White. Up next then, Yuki and Switzy Edhouse, who have both had a good year this year. Yuki, obviously Grand Slam champion and the Premier League champion. Witty Edhouse, a hooping champion as well. But yeah, I just run out of words for this kid. Run out of words. This is unreal. We've not seen anything like it before, apart from Phil Taylor, and that's when Phil Taylor was done there in his late 40s, early 50s, wasn't he? It's mental. And yet, I just said he could done there at, 17 years old? Fucking craziness. But yeah, I think, unfortunately for Witty Edhouse, I think that it will be far too much for Witty Edhouse. But who knows, if you don't turn up, and Witty Edhouse does turn up, then I wouldn't be that shocked if Edhouse did defeat Yettier. But I'm going to go for Yettier to win 6-2 against Witty Edhouse. Up next then, Danny Noppert against the taunter of James Wade and Stephen Burton. Danny Noppert coming back against James Howell. Stephen Burton defeating James Wade, of course. I've done for Danny Noppert to win 6-3 against Stephen Burton. I think Danny Noppert will fancy his chances, especially seeing James Wade go out as well. Up next, Tim Highpress, the taunter of Wessel Nyman, of course. Brilliant performance from Tim Highpress against Wessel Nyman. Who was on him early, he was on Nyman early. Wessel Nyman, who we are talking big things about. And Scott Williams knocking out Jalen Van Veen. I don't think that's a shock, because Scott Williams showed he is capable. He is a capable player, reaching the World Darts Championship semi-finals start this year. So he is a capable player, Scott Williams. He's just done quiet after that, hasn't he? And now all of a sudden he's turned up again, Scott Williams. I think he seems to be a TV player, doesn't he, Scott Williams? And I have done for Scott Williams to defeat him high by 6-4. Again, 50-50 game though. 50-50 game. Both capable players, in my opinion. But Scott Williams defeating Shane Van Veen, who averaged, over 100? It's mental, isn't it? Absolutely mental. Up next then, Dave Chisnell, then to Andrew Dildon. I just can't predict Dave Chisnell. He ends up beating Joe Cullen in a very convincing performance. But the thing with Dave Chisnell is, the next game, he doesn't end up being convincing, does he? So I fancy Andrew Dildon in this game. Good win for Andrew Dildon against Kevin Dowitts as well. Even though I did fancy Kevin Dowitts to defeat Andrew Dildon. But Andrew Dildon, he won the UK Open in Minehead, didn't he? So he does know the surroundings as well. So I'm going to go for Andrew Dildon to actually defeat Dave Chisnell 6-4. But again, I'm saying to Dave Chisnell, this is your tournament. This is your tournament, because you're just the players that have already done out. And yet and Humphreys, who don't know how they're going to do, playing every day as well. If I'm Dave Chisnell, I'm watching all the other players win their first major titles, and I'm still not the one not winning the major trophy. But I think it's going to be another tournament where is another missed opportunity in my opinion, as I do have Andrew Dildon to win 6-4 against Dave Chisnell. Up next then, Ross Smith against Wesley Prizer. Wesley Prizer defeating Mensa Sulfitz, and Ross Smith defeating Dimitri Vandenberg in a very convincing performance from Ross Smith. Dimitri Vandenberg was way off it, but Ross Smith was very good against Dimitri Vandenberg. Back to the Ross Smith, we know that power storing as well. So I fancy Ross Smith here against Wesley Prizer. I don't want Ross Smith to win 6-3 against Wesley Prizer, in my opinion. Up next then, Mario van den Bordard, who did knock out Stephen Bunting, up against Connor Stutt, who knocked out the Twan Sam darts runner-up Martin Newman. Connor Stutt playing some good darts. Connor Stutt's been playing some good darts recently, especially at the Twan Sam, despite getting knocked out in the 2 stages of the Twan Sam. So I don't for Connor Stutt. I do fancy Connor Stutt here against Mario van den Bordard 6-2. But then, about who turns up in that game. Up next then is Super Chin Dowderney, the contour Peter White, up against Michael Smith. Not surprising to see Dowderney or Michael Smith in this round. Michael Smith defeating Nick Tenney. Well, it was Nick Tenney because Dom Taylor failed a trust test in darts. It's just pathetic, honestly. He should be banned severely, Dom Taylor, trying to gain an advantage. Because people be like, oh, you can't gain an advantage in darts. You can, because it can calm you down. It can calm you down. The physique, your muscles as well. It can help you throw as well. So people be like, oh, stop being serious. No, real talk. But Michael Smith very lucky against Nick Tenney when the last set decided. Nick Tenney missing 2 match starts to defeat Michael Smith. Dowderney doing a job on Peter White. Very good performance from Durney. And I fancy Dowderney here. I still think he's in better form than Michael Smith. I don't think 6-3 win for Dowderney. Josh Watt against Jermaine Motamina. 2 informed players. Well, Jermaine Motamina is certainly in form. Better informed player this year. Josh Watt getting back after being used from the media. I've done for Josh Watt to win 6-4 than Jermaine Motamina. Fiorin Hempel, the contour of Johnny Caton and Dirk van Dijkborder. I've done for Dirk. I think there's a resurgence now in Dirk. I've done for Dirk to win 6-2 against Fiorin Hempel. Damon Hector against Christopher Tatsi. I've done for Damon Hector to win 6-3 against Christopher Tatsi. I think that's going to be a proper pick'em game, isn't it? Wayne van Barneveld against Duke Humphries. On paper, it's a classic game. But for me, on form, Duke Humphries would just be far too much for Barney. This current Wayne van Barneveld as well. I think Humphries would be far too much. But short format, who knows? Wayne Merkel, the contour of Darry Hansen against Martin Singer. Martin Singer was terrible against Brendan Doran. But Brendan Doran was just his worst. But I've done for Martin Singer to put his head in against Wayne Merkel and win 6-3. And then it's one of them. Wayne Merkel has knocked out an elite top player, but they always tend to get knocked out in the next round. And finally, Cameron Menzies is Wayne Choice. Good game that one. That'll be a good game. But I think Composer plays a part in this game, and I don't for the Composer of Wayne Choice to win 6-5 against Cameron Menzies. Cameron Menzies, he stood the game. Cameron Menzies. He just hasn't got the Composer, and that's not going to get him. That's not going to get him anywhere. Cameron Menzies. So I don't for 6-5 win for Wayne Choice. So then my second round predictions for the players that Somerset finals. Feel free to leave your predictions down below in the comments, and I will be back here to one for the third round predictions. Which, considering the time frame, I think it'll just be a video with me not talking. So stay tuned for that. And have a good rest of the day, people.